Good one tonight, man. A lot of fun fights tonight, man. A night like tonight, did you go give a pep talk or something? Or why do we end up with these nights like this?
Did I get the what?
Did you give a pep talk to everybody?
No pep. I mean, come on, man. Every Tuesday, the fights are incredible, man. Tonight was no different. I mean, these kids came in and fought their hearts out. And again, like I say to you guys every Tuesday, unbelievable matchmaking. Some of these fights had fights that have fallen out and had to have replacement fights, and still the matchmaking is unbelievable. And these kids show up and they fight hard.
You speak about matchmaking. I know you've been complimentary. I did want to ask you one weird one. James Barnes was on the first fight of the night. He lost, but he was 39 coming in. Had he won, would you have given him a serious look, or is that kind of too old to be competing?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, when you come in and you beat a 7-1 favorite, it would be hard for me not to seriously consider him. The guy came in and fought hard and he won against a 7-1 favorite. It would be hard not to say no. And you got to understand, some of these guys, like I'm talking about, what's his name, 30 years old, and this might be his last shot at getting in and doing something. So you can imagine at 39, yeah.
Armen Petrosyan, was he the one that impressed you the most tonight?
100%.
I mean, obviously that finish was amazing.
Incredible. I loved that fight. He was, the guy he fought's 10-0, undefeated. He's getting smashed with the wrestling. The guy was doing whatever he wanted to him. As soon as he got back up, you could tell that Kaloyan didn't want to stay standing. He wanted to get that thing to the ground as quick as he could. Armen put it together and finished him in spectacular fashion. I mean, that's going to be one of the ESPN top 10 tomorrow. There's no way it's not. Unbelievable, especially the way the fight was going.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about Kyle, obviously coming back 3 weeks later, winning. I guess what you thought, coming in, did you think, I bet we're going to see something special tonight? Or the first time, did you think, this guy's...
I'm going to tell you what I saw from him tonight. He looked a lot more serious. He wasn't... The first time he came in, he was acting like he was at Disneyland. And I get it. He's excited to be here, and he pulled out a win. He didn't blow my doors off with his performance last time, but he won. We asked him to come back 3 weeks later so we could take a look at him. He seemed a lot more serious tonight. He was obviously pissed off. He said to me tonight, "I'm sorry about the things that I said," or whatever. I said, "I didn't even see what you said, and it doesn't matter. It's all part of the process, kid. It's all good." So he came in tonight, was pissed off, and a lot more serious, and that's what I'm looking for.
I was going to ask, when they come over and they start yelling at you, is that do you like the fire? Are you like, "Hey, man, I'm about to be your boss here, settle down"?
I love this shit. I tell you guys every week, too, we're in the mean business. Mean things are said. People's lives and livelihood and dreams, and everything's on the line here, And I'm the guy that says yes or no. So people are going to be mad at me. People are going to be upset with me. People are going to be emotional with me. It's all part of the process. I love everything about all this shit. So fire away. I love it.
The last two fights of the night, the women and, of course, the welterweights in the main event, both of them spectacular fights. Any consideration at all giving the losers? I know we've only done it once, but both those, I think, really impressed tonight in defeat.
I could go on for 15 minutes about that fight alone. That was high-level women's MMA. It was unbelievable. Machado had unbelievable speed in her hands, a great chin, unbelievable takedown defense. She was gritty and tough and started putting pressure on Rodriguez. It was such an awesome fight. I went back. She was crying in the back, getting her medicals done, and I told her, "Leave your phone on. Keep your phone on and keep it close, because I guarantee you these guys are going to be calling you." Anybody falls out of a fight at 115 pounds, I could absolutely positively see her getting the call. She's awesome. I loved everything about her tonight. And when you see a great fight, it takes two to make a great fight.
Yeah, no doubt. Last things I want to ask you, Dana. We saw the news today about the memo you guys had to send out to international fighters about travel restrictions that are coming up. How much of a wrench are you expecting this to throw into plans? Because it seems like it could be problematic to holding events here in the United States.
Yeah, I've been telling you guys through this whole thing. You're like, "Hey, what about this? What about that? And what about?" I said, "I have no idea how all this nuttiness is going to play out, but here we go. We're going to. I don't know. I think Fight Island is going to be hopping again.
Yeah, I was going to ask me. It does seem like does that seem like now you'll lean more on Abu Dhabi to hold more events?
Yeah, well, we're looking to do more events with. I'm going to Abu Dhabi next Wednesday, so I have a lot of meetings out there, and I've been dying to walk you guys through what's going on in Abu Dhabi anyway. So this trip, I'll get everything done, buttoned up, and finished, and I can come back and walk you guys through it.
Nice. Last thing. For
Hopefully, New York, I can announce to you guys what's going on with Abu Dhabi.
Awesome. Last thing for me, I did want to ask about Conor McGregor's latest incident. Obviously, there haven't been any legal charges, I don't think, that we've seen. But what are you aware of the situation, and what do you think when you see these things? I think people are just saying, why does he keep getting involved in these situations?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit today in matchmaking. I don't know enough about it. I honestly don't even know enough about it to comment on it. Obviously, I've seen what you guys have probably seen more than me, actually, to be honest with you. I haven't talked to Conor, so I don't know what the truth is. I don't know exactly what happened, so to comment on it, I really can't.
Dana, going back to tonight, sometimes there are weeks where you give a contract and it's kind of a last-minute decision and you're sort of umming and ahhing about it. Is it cool to have a night where every contract is not just a guarantee, but one that you're looking forward to seeing fight? All these guys are amazing tonight.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, who isn't excited to see Arman fight again? I mean, that's going to be awesome. Rodriguez, and obviously, I'm excited to see what Johnny Parsons can do. The guy's 30 years old. He dogged his way through the Contender Series, and I'm sure he'll be fun to watch in his first UFC fight.
Out of curiosity, how did you score the main event? It was a split decision. Did you have it going Johnny's way?
I had Parsons winning the fight. I saw the punch stats after. Didn't feel that way when you were watching the fight. Obviously, I gave the first round to Solomon. I gave the second round to Johnny, and then I thought Johnny won the third round.
With guys like Arman, you don't want to get too carried away, right? But there's some guys just have a level of skill that you can see from a mile away, and this guy's clearly talented. Where can you see him entering in the 205-pound division? Do you start him off slow, or do you put him up right against?
Who did you say?
Arman, second fight.
Yeah, that's a good question. He went in against a guy who was obviously a nasty wrestler, wanted to wrestle that thing. He weathered the storm on the ground, got back up to his feet, and as soon as there was any amount of space, holy shit. I mean, he just started firing away, and everything was like a sniper. And, he's fun to watch. Another guy that's 30 years old. So, I'd like to get him in as soon as we can and get him, as long as he's healthy and see what this kid can do.
Thank you.
Dana, just one question.
Yep.
Just thinking about it, like, if I was a matchmaker from another event and I watched the show tonight, I would hire 3, 4, maybe 5 fighters. Do you have any deal with the losers to keep them for UFC, or like?
What you're saying is absolutely correct. But when you watch these other shows don't really do what we do. They're not really looking for young up-and-coming talent or whatever. A lot of these shows are looking for guys that we release. You know what I mean? It's just their style of matchmaking makes no sense to me. What you're saying makes absolute sense, right? But nobody else can figure that out. And thank God. Fuck them.
But I mean, every week you bring 10 guys and put them on ESPN, and now you're saying that maybe they're going to change their mind soon.
You know what the problem is, sir? You make way too much sense. You absolutely make sense. You're not wrong. You're absolutely right. But it's one of the baffling parts about watching these other guys flop around and do what they do. I don't know what to tell you.
Dana, you mentioned about Machado, but what about Salomon? I mean, he also did had a great fight against Parsons. Did you talk to him like on the same night?
I did. The thing is with Solomon is this kid is 24 years old. He's got nothing but time. Obviously, fighting a tough, durable guy like Parsons in the fight that he fought tonight. You know, he'll learn from this. He'll grow, and he's got time. You know, this kid's got another 3 years before he's even in his prime.
Just lastly, one thing that happened last Saturday. What do you think? What's your take on Lupi Godinez? She had the record. Did you saw her performance on the back-to-back Saturdays?
What's the question?
Lupi, who fought last Saturday.
Yeah, yeah.
She obviously fought 3 weeks before. What did you think of her performance and coming back so soon?
Yeah, you know me. I love people that turn around and keep fighting and stay active and stay on the top of people's minds and accomplish. I mean, the best one that I can even compare to Khamzat Chimaev. Look at how fast he blew up and you know, what a huge star. His social media, all that stuff. It's never a bad idea to stay active. And if you get the opportunity to fight again and you're healthy, you should take every advantage you can get from fighting as much as possible. It's the smart thing to do. But yes, I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. I'll see you Saturday.
Oscar, I'm going to tell you a story. Go on. When Anderson Silva was on the Atlético about his stopping, I dropped my coffee on Ron Martin notebook. I thought he was I was watching. Did he appreciate that at the time? No, that's about it. I was avoiding to talk to him for 1 minute. I'm not kidding. I was so embarrassed. It was a shitty table, like very small, everybody was at the same table. It's terrible. It is, that's right.
Armin, congratulations on a UFC deal. I guess just tell us what the emotions are like for you right now.
Thank you.
Какие эмоции сейчас ты испытываешь вообще после этого всего, что произошло с тобой сегодня?
Честно сказать, не верится, что я здесь нахожусь, и эмоции переполняют меня. Я очень рад. Нет предела моей радости.
First of all, he still not believe I'm here, I'm in the UFC, and I'm very, very, very glad to see it, but I'm not believing.
Nice. The fight itself, obviously a clash of styles. You had to show some wrestling before you could strike. Was that what you were expecting to see?
One more time.
There was he had to show some defensive wrestling before he was able to strike. Was that the type of fight that he was expecting it to be today?
Типа, как ты готовил, хорошая защита от борьбы, что-то, расскажи про Дагестан и так далее.
Защиту от борьбы я поставил в Дагестане, и мой лагерь находится в Дагестане. Я там очень много времени провожу и начал именно тренироваться ММА у лучших тренеров там, и поехал туда ради того, чтобы именно поставить хорошую защиту от борьбы. Именно в Дагестане мне поставили ее.
First of all, Armand is world Muay Thai champion, and but last couple of years his camp before fight in Dagestan. Dagestan, this is the best region, this is best place in the world for wrestling defense, doesn't matter, but everything with about wrestling, this is Dagestan. And for this camp, he lived, I think, 1 month training, have a preparation, takedown defense in Dagestan. And thank you for his coach.
Yeah, very smart. After the finish, I mean, was there any concern at all that he would get a contract or not? Or, you know, when he has the big knockout, does he know, yes, I'm in the UFC?
После нокаута ты сразу понял, что ты получишь контракт. Ну, это был хороший нокаут, но какие были эмоции?
Да, я увидел, когда Навайт отреагировал на мой нокаут, и я понял, что я получу контракт. Я пришел именно за ним, я мечтал об этом. Слава Богу, все получилось.
After knockout, he looked on Dana White, and Dana White was very excited, and he jumped, he stood up, and Arman understood I got this contract, and he dreamed about this, and I got this.
That's awesome. Last thing for me, what's the plan now for the UFC debut? I mean, when would he like to fight? And is there a name, or does he want to fight a striker, a ranked opponent? Like, what does he want for his debut?
Какие следующие, ну, сейчас ты в UFC, какие у тебя планы? Ты можешь назвать имя, может быть, с кем ты хочешь побоксировать, или, ну, там, может, с каким-то именно только с бойцами в стойке, или вообще, что ты сейчас хочешь? Какие бои в UFC?
Конечно, я хочу громких боев, я хочу драться в топе. И, ну, на сегодняшний день нет такого человека пока, чтобы я горел желанием именно с ним подраться. Сейчас просто хочется маленько отдохнуть и почувствовать вкус победы.
Now he little tired, and he want a little bit rest and feel this is a winning smell, you know. But I can say it from me. Arman ready for fight against everybody. He's wrestling good, he's wrestling defense good, and he want to beat Adesanya, and he ready for beat Adesanya. Russian Muay Thai want this fight.
Awesome. Thank you. I like it.
Все? Все, да? Thank you.
Thank you. Kyle, congratulations. You know, it took 2 times, but you're in the UFC now. So what's the emotion for you right now?
Oh man, it's a dream come true. I dream with this moment, talking to you guys for like 8-10 years. I left my family in my hometown, and I'm here. I fought the first time. I was like so happy, and then Dana said that he wasn't interested, so I got time to think about and to do what I do best is to finish fights. I'm here in the UFC to finish fights, so I came back. I got my shit together, and today was my day. Thank God for that.
Awesome. So how did this fight come together 3 weeks later? Like, when did you know that you were fighting again?
It was 2 days after my fight. So I won the fight, but I didn't got the counter, as you guys saw. And then Mickey told my manager that I could go back to Brazil and fight some regionals and maybe come back, or I could stay in town and got a short notice. But on Thursday, 2 days after my fight, they offered me the light heavyweight fight, so I accepted right away because I know the UFC is the place that I meant to be. I've been dreaming with this since I was a kid, and man, I'm so happy.
Awesome. So when you come in tonight, like, what's the like? Is there any anger or frustration? Like, what's the feeling as you come in tonight?
Nothing, man. Nothing. Just empty mind. Like Bruce Lee always say, empty your mind. I entered the stage, the octagon, with my mind empty because I knew I had the skills, I knew I had the tools, I knew that God was preparing something to me, and I knew it was meant to be today, you know, because I asked God my entire life one opportunity to the world see my work, and He gave me two, man, because God is always good, man.
That's an awesome way to look at it. The fight itself, obviously a great finish from you, but did the fight play out the way you thought it would?
Yeah, for sure. I knew the guy was charging a lot the punches, and he wanted to scare me because he was a light heavyweight and I'm a middleweight, you know. So I just stayed composure. I left the guy like, okay, you can throw your punches, And then my coach said, the open is there. And I was seeing this too, so we two were seeing the same thing. So when he threw his right hand, I just threw my right cross, and I saw he's like dizzy, and then I said to myself, like, now I need to finish this fight. I don't want to make the same mistake for the first one, because the first one the guy was dizzy and was like waiting too much, but this one I needed to give everything that I have. So that's what you saw.
You said you're a middleweight, but you look pretty good at light heavyweight. I'm sure you enjoyed not cutting weight. You performed well. Is there any part of you that thinks maybe this is a division for me?
No, actually no, I'm middleweight because I don't cut a lot of weight. I weigh about 200 pounds, something like that. I'm very disciplined with my nutrition, my hydration, and my training, and I'm middleweight, man. I'm here to make a statement in the middleweight division on the UFC for sure.
Nice. Last thing for me, what's the plan from now? I mean, obviously you fought twice very quickly. I mean, are you wanting to keep going? Do you need some time off? Are there, a date you want to make a debut? Anybody you want to fight? What's the plan from here?
Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, I need some time to rest, because I got 6 months of camp to this fight. So I need a little bit of resting. I need to go to São Paulo to see my wife, my dogs, and all the guys from the gym. And I need to spend some time with my family, man. Back home, my hometown, São Luís do Maranhão, and they are waiting for me. I need to spend at least 1 or 2 weeks with them to celebrate. Now I'm a UFC fighter. I'm one of the first of my town to do it. So I need this couple weeks of resting, and then I can go back December or January or February. It's okay to me. Don't matter who. I'm not here to. I got the other time the altercation with Strickland, and he's out of a fight now. Luke got out of the fight, but I know he's in the top 15. I don't deserve this right now. I know the truth, so I want to climb myself step by step, because I know I will be champion one day. I know that for sure. Thank you.
Caio,
Opa.
vamos fazer em português aqui.
Beleza.
Caio, 3 semanas atrás você venceu sua luta, você parecia bastante confiante que conseguiria o contrato. Ele não veio. Qual foi a grande lição daquele momento, da luta, da sua participação e dos bastidores ali da negociação, enfim, para lutar de novo? Qual a lição que você tirou dali, daquele dia?
Cara, eu venho tirando lições há muito tempo, nesse campo inteiro aí. Eu acho que a grande lição ali é para manter a compostura, sabe? Eu acho que eu talvez tenha comemorado demais, não sei. Mas me explicando um pouco, assim, da onde eu vim, cara, lá de São Luís do Maranhão, do Nordeste, sabe? Essa vitória foi tão importante para mim que eu não consegui me controlar. Eu não forcei nada, eu não fiz nada para parecer. Eu só, estava muito alegre, muito feliz. Mas eu sabia que aquela luta tinha muitas emoções né, sobre ela, assim. E essa agora foi uma coisa muito mais mecânica, uma coisa muito mais em se concentrar no que tem que ser feito, na luta, nas técnicas, em tudo que a gente treinou. Então, a grande lição é confiar em Deus, que Ele tem o melhor plano possível para a gente, cara, sempre, sempre. Deus é maravilhoso.
Bom, o desafio agora era lutar num período de 3 semanas, subir de peso. Em algum momento você pensou em talvez recusar ou negociar?
Nunca. Nunca, mano. Nunca. Na verdade, quando o meu empresário, meu técnico me falaram, ó, a gente tem uma luta, eu gritei feito um louco, comemorando, e falei, aceita. Aí eles falaram, calma, calma, é no peso meio pesado. Eu falei, eu não estou nem aí, não importa qual peso seja, eu sei que Deus preparou isso, e eu estava muito confiante hoje, cara. Eu consegui aumentar de peso, fiz um trabalho legal com minha médica, meu nutricionista, a gente se falando todo dia, então consegui subir um pouquinho o peso. E eu estava muito confiante, cara. Eu sei que minha mão é pesada. O Aaron, na última luta de médio, falou que minha mão era pesada. Eu sabia que ia ser mais pesada ainda no meio pesado. Pô, foi o que vocês viram hoje, um puta out. Muito feliz.
Uma curiosidade, você era professor de química e matemática, né? Como esses dois mundos se cruzaram, o mundo da luta com o mundo professor?
Na verdade, assim, com 6 anos eu comecei o judô, né, com meu sensei, Emílio Moreira, que tinha um pai para mim lá em São Luís do Maranhão. Sempre fui apaixonado por competir, pelo judô, pela arte marcial em si, sempre assisti filme do Bruce Lee, todo mundo, mas eu sempre fui um nerd, né, cara? Por isso o nome da minha equipe, os Fight Nerds também, e eu sempre gostei de química, eu sempre fui apaixonado em química. Eu passei na Universidade Federal do Maranhão, lá em Química Industrial, então eu dava aula de química, dava aula de matemática para a galera. Na minha escola eu também, uma galera de recuperação nas matérias, eu ia lá, salvava todo mundo, dando aula, explicava, né? Eu acho que é um dom que Deus me deu de ensinar. Mas assim que eu tive a oportunidade de ir para São Paulo, eu larguei tudo, eu larguei no 7º período lá no Maranhão, faltava, sei lá, um ano e meio para eu me formar. E assim que eu cheguei em São Paulo, eu comecei a estudar educação física, já acabei os 8 períodos também de educação física, e foi isso, assim, os caminhos sempre foram cruzados. Eu sempre fui apaixonado por química, matemática, por estudar, por dar o meu melhor, como um verdadeiro nerd faz. Mas eu sempre fui apaixonado por competir, pela arte marcial, por tudo que ela traz assim para a gente, pela tranquilidade que ela traz. E eu uso realmente a arte marcial como um instrumento de evolução pessoal, velho. A gente está nesse mundo para evoluir como pessoa.
Maravilha. Última para mim, então. Como você quer deixar marcar a sua imagem nesse início de caminhada no UFC para os fãs do Brasil, que agora vão conhecer o Caio ainda mais? Como você quer deixar marcado o seu início no UFC?
Eu quero deixar marcado como um cara que nunca desistiu dos seus sonhos, véio. E se eu tiver algum recado para dar, nunca desiste dos seus sonhos, trabalhe duro, visualize todos os dias onde você quer chegar. E eu sou só um cara normal, abençoado por Deus, que não desistiu dos sonhos, mesmo com tudo que aconteceu comigo. Para quem não sabe, eu tenho 5 cirurgias e eu passei por todas elas, cara, sem ter nenhuma dúvida que eu ia chegar aqui. E hoje eu cheguei, cara. Então eu quero deixar isso para a galera. Não desiste dos seus sonhos, não reclame de nada que acontece, véio, porque tudo que acontece é Deus que deixa acontecer para ver como você vai agir. Eu não reclamei quando eu não ganhei o primeiro contrato, em nenhum momento eu murmurei, não falei nada, eu só baixei minha cabeça, falei que eu ia ficar na cidade e Deus me deu essa segunda oportunidade. Então, eu sou um cara que nunca desistiu, sou um cara normal que nunca desistiu. Valeu.
Grande Flávio. Check right now.
Congratulations on being a UFC fighter. I guess give us the emotions that you're feeling right now.
I'm so excited. I'm so happy. This is the best day of my life. I'm so grateful for all of you and all the team that gave me the opportunity. And I think I grabbed it really strong, like tied to this opportunity, and I didn't let it go. So that was the plan, and we made it.
You were a big favorite coming in here, but she gave you a great fight. Were you expecting that type of effort out of her?
Yeah, I was expecting her toughness. I knew her, I saw her, I studied her. I knew what she was coming for, and I just wanted to stay calm and focus on what my work need to be on the pieces and put the pieces on, like don't go crazy, don't rush anything. I know she's strong, I'm tough too, I'm strong too, so we need to think smart and make the scores, like think about all this other stuff, just not being crazy,
Yeah. Were you hurt at any point? I mean, she landed a couple of decent shots.
Well, she cut my my face here, and we crushed our shins, and my legs start hurting, but I'm a warrior, and I say, this is the moment. I don't care about the pain. I don't feel the pain anymore. This is the perfect moment, and I'm not gonna stop. Nothing. I think there's nothing that can really stop me when I'm fighting, because I'm here for fighting. I don't care. They have to put me to sleep or something like this. Like I have to be completely out to really quit fighting. I'm a fighter. I'm gonna keep going no matter what.
Yeah. Obviously, we saw you had to come in on crutches. Is that from just the shins together? Was that what the crutches are for? Or is there something wrong with the foot or ankle?
No, it's just the knee and the shin from this leg is a little bit, but I will get better soon.
How early was it bothering you?
What?
How early in the fight was it affecting you?
Oh, right when it landed, I feel it, but there is so much adrenaline that you don't feel it anymore. You don't feel it until you stop. So I think it was okay. It's normal.
Nice. It was a great fight, obviously, but judges sometimes gets a little nervous. So how confident were you that, hey, we did enough, or were you concerned at all that it might be taken away from you?
No, because I trust in my coaches, and I ask them every round. They tell me, "You win this round. This one was close. We have to do some great job in the last round." So they were keeping me aware of what was happening in the fight. We are in there, and we cannot see it from the outside. We're in there. All our emotions are there. So, but I trust in my team. They tell me the right things. They have to tell me in the right moment. And I was pretty confident that I win the fight when we stopped the fight. And I was so a little bit mad, because if the fight would last like 30 or 40 seconds more, I know I could get the TKO, but next time.
Next time. Well, my last question, I want to ask about next time. I mean, obviously, you'll be making your UFC debut, so what's the plan there? I mean, do you need some time off to heal? Are you wanting to fight soon? Are there names you want to fight? What's the plan?
Well, I just want to recover a little bit my body, and I'll be right away in the job. I'm a hard worker, and I'm gonna be in the gym no matter what. No matter what can I do and what can I not do, I'm gonna be in the gym and putting some work on. And if my leg hurt, doesn't matter. I have 2 arms and 1 more leg. We always can keep working and keep improving. So that's my next goal. I'm gonna recover, and I'm gonna get in the octagon as soon as I can.
Sorry.
Johnny, obviously in good spirits at the moment, man. Talk about the emotions right now after getting a USC deal.
Honestly, I'm not surprised. It's where I belong.
It's been a long journey to get here, though, right? I mean, were there ever any spots along the way where you start to kind of question, like, am I going to make it there? Do I actually belong there?
Maybe a couple times, but man, I'm a fighter, and this is what I do, so I'm just going to keep on fighting.
Very nice. You go in there, obviously, against a very tough competitor. He lands some shots early. I guess what was kind of going through your head early, was that what you expected from him?
That's definitely what I expected, and the thought of a challenge is why I get up out of bed every day. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm ready to go.
Were you hurt at all? I mean, it looked like you showed a solid chin, but maybe there were a couple moments where you were flashed a little bit.
I want to say the one that hurt the most is we clashed heads a couple times, and there was one that kind of got me good, but on some of those shots that were catching me that were pretty hard, like I felt myself immediately, catching my balance, trying to work back up to my feet, and defending intelligently and things like that. So, I definitely felt him, but I worked through it, rise to the occasion.
Yeah, no doubt. And obviously round 2 and round 3 much better for you.
Yes.
Did you feel that he was starting to fade a little bit? I mean, did you feel it was your pressure that was winding him down, or how did you feel the fight was playing out at that point?
I just think definitely my defense and my composure was wearing on him. He was hitting me with his best, and I took it and I kept coming.
Nice. I thought the fight was scored correctly. I was actually a little surprised it was a split decision. For you, like, how confident were you that you had done enough? And when they start reading a split score, what's going through your head at that point?
When they said split, I knew for sure it was going to me.
Yeah. Did that bother you at all? I mean, there's no nerves at all. You're like, oh, no, we still got this.
I was a little worried. Kind of maybe thinking about how the first round went. But after thinking about it, and when they said split, that's when it clicked in my head. Man, rounds 2 and 3 were all me. Let's go.
Yeah. It was a phenomenal fight, right? But obviously, we know Dana likes finishes, right? So, I mean, I guess how certain were you that, hey, I think I did enough for a USC deal, or were you nervous till the very end?
I thought I put on an exciting fight, the kind of fight that Dana wants to see, and I felt like I got the good reaction out of him, and the things he said when he told me I earned a contract. I knew I gave him what he was looking for.
Nice. I will ask, when he said that you're a lightweight, I don't believe you've ever competed at lightweight, have you? So did that give you a little heart attack? Like, now I got to go to 55?
Amateur Muay Thai, I was a champion at 147. When I used to, my days fighting Tough Enough here in town, I was fighting at 155. But the majority of my pro fights are at 170 and 185. I want to say most of my knockouts are at 185.
So what do you think? Are you a lightweight or not?
I'll let the experts at the PI decide. But I'm ready to fight anyone.
Nice. Last thing for me, then I'll just ask, what's the ideal scenario for your UFC debut? I mean, is it something you want to do quickly? Do you need some time to rest after that? Are there opponents you want to face? I mean, what's the plan moving forward now?
I'm ready to face whoever the UFC matches me up against, But, yeah.
Hey, man. I've never actually thought about this until just now, but was there a slight bonus that you're fighting last, so you have the least amount of time to just sit there waiting for Dana's decision?
Oh, yeah. It was like I went out to sit on that chair, and it was like a couple minutes, and then he was ready up to me and let me know I got the contract. So it was nice.
How cool was it to have the kids there?
Oh, it's awesome, man. The kids, all we do is martial arts, all day. Sometimes I got to break up fights between the kids, and it's like it's cute. But then when they can really like kick hard and hit hard, like now it's to the point where like sometimes they'd be like hit me and stuff. And I'm like, dude, stop. You guys got power,
I saw an interview with Joe Rogan earlier. He actually lets his kids hit him at full pelt to practice. Are you on that level yet, or are you moving away from full pelt?
Yeah, moving away from full power. They're starting to hit pretty hard.
I understand. Thanks, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
That'd be good, actually.
I know, I should have said it, but I was like, a couple people told me, like, maybe don't say that.
What's that? Yeah.
That is all she wrote.